with my co-host,
The Legit Q.
and we want to welcome you to our show, Legitimate Facts. Hey, the reason for this show is we want to give you legitimate truth because you have been told legitimate lies. Because we want you to know that there's power in knowledge and what?
Knowledge is power, Trey.
So you know what, man? Let's get started with our today's topic, bro.
Which is chain breakers.
Chain breakers.
Dive in.
Let's talk about chain breakers, man. We of all people should know what a chain breaker is or what a chain is. Our ancestors were brought here in chains. They were brought against their own will. And even now, today, in these various areas, either you have been freed or you are in chains. And what we want to do is we want to let you know that just because it happened to mama and them doesn't mean it has to happen to you. And we want to show you how those things can change. Let's get started.
Well, hey, first we want to start off with the first thing we need to do to break those chains, which is what, Trey?
You know what? These are our confessions. We got to make it known. We got to admit that there's a problem. Because see, sometimes we stay longer in situations. We stay longer in debt. We stay longer behind the 8 ball because we're not willing to admit that we got a problem. So we got to communicate that thing.
Well, I feel like the first thing we need to do is communicate.
We do.
All right, so we're going to go communicate. All right, second, Trey, what we need to do?
So after you have admitted and communicated, now you need to get to planning. You need to get to the addressing part. So we got to get to planning. Coming up with some strategy.
Planning, man. All right, we have to plan. First, we have to communicate. Second, we have to plan, guys.
Yeah.
This is the way, substantial way to break chains, chain breakers. Trey, lastly, what we need to do?
Lastly, we got to assess what we got to do. After our planning, we got to put it into motion. We got to get it done. So write the vision, make it plain, and run with it. Let's run with it.
Implement the communication, implement the plan, and therefore you have a success plan on chain breaking.
So, in conclusion, what we're saying is you don't have to be in the shape that you were once in and those that came before you were in. You must begin to communicate and be able to admit the issue. Then you got to be able to address it and come up with a plan. Then you got to follow through and implement the plan. That's how you're going to succeed in the area where you need to be a chain breaker. Maybe you're a child of a single parent. Maybe you are a single parent. There are single parents out there. Just because your situation is not the best does not mean you have to let your situation take control or take power over you. Because what? Power is in what?
Knowledge is power. And if you don't have the knowledge, you ask questions to gain the knowledge. And if you gain the knowledge, therefore you have power. Knowledge is power. Guys, this has been another episode of Legit Facts. And these are the 3 components that is most important to put first. Therefore, we can change the game.
Yep, and we can break chains.
I will change the game.
Change the game.
And break chains.
That's good. Chain breaker.
How far we will be as a culture. Stay tuned and watch the next episode of
Legitimate Facts. Hey, one more thing. You can catch us at Legitimate Facts at Facebook and Instagram. Hey, stay tuned for our next show. We're coming back to you live and living color. Peace.